Hey, I'm drunk as fuck because of friendly Geordies. And I just finished filming a bunch of Jordan Shanks exclusive content where I am drunk as fuck. So if you want to see more of this, make sure that you sign up to Jordan Shanks. Otherwise, play the intro.
A better you starts today.
This is so unprofessional to do. A self-help channel where I am this hammered. After drinking, look at that. I got nothing left. I started with a gag, and then like with everything, like with Nazism, with Soviet Russia, it all started as a joke, and then people started thinking, hey, no, he's got a good point. So I'm at this point now. You are seeing full-blown Stalin without any of the prelude of Lenin and fucking Trotsky and, you know, whoever those Russian cunts were. Like, I think we all agree. Do you think that even the most hardcore pro-American person could think, no, Lenin had some points. But also, if you are in Soviet Russia, which doesn't exist anymore, all right, even if you're Vladimir Putin, you can sit there and think, no, the genius of whoever the fuck the president was at the time, JFK, was pretty good. Anyway, I'm not making any sense now. Now I need to also read my points again, because I'm just at that point. Look, if you want more of this, sign up to Jordan Shanks. If you don't want more of this, don't. No, sign up to more of it anyway, because it's not like this every week. This is just a one-off. I do think there's, honestly, drinking is not one of my vices. This is just because of Gladys Berejiklian. But if you, this is all from my Better Living notes. This is actually, just so you know, just so you get a little personal vibe of me. You know, I'm always talking to you about a Better Living journal. This journal right here, I'm extremely proud of, because this journal, and now I've just cut open my point. Fuck, I'm never going to find it again. I'm going to move on to another point, because it's all wisdom. It's all it's all wisdom. Look, this is because I had numerous Better Living journals over my early 20s, and then one day I sat down in my mid-20s and I started to put all of the most inspiring wisdom into this one Better Living journal. And when I don't have anything to talk about on Jordan Shanks, this is just a little insider tip, I go into this Better Living journal. I love this Better Living journal. It has been with me for 7 years at this point, and it's never steered me wrong. Such as, look, you can read anything from this and it's always amazing. Like this. Listen to this. Listen to this quote right here. Isn't this amazing? I don't even know where any of this is from, but I want you to have one of these, because listen to this. This is the synthesize of many Better Living journals into one. Discipline never works in the long term. What does work is getting positively addicted to something. I can tell you that now from personal experience. If you just allow me to finish the end of the champagne flute. I can tell you that right now. The reason that I'm in front of you right now is because I got positively addicted to being in front of the camera. My editor just came out with this recently. It was such a dunk on me, as the kids would say. I didn't like it at all, but he's absolutely right. He was saying, look, Jordan, you're basically miserable unless you're in front of a camera or in front of an audience. And the camera is like your methadone, and the audience is like your heroin. You need that to keep going. That's the state that I'm at now. Why is that? Why is that? Because at a young age, that was where I got my approval from, was being in front of... I wasn't getting it at my home, I can tell you now. Like, if you go back into this channel, you will see some deep, dark secrets about Jordan Shanks' upbringing. But what was always giving me a pat on the back, even from my parents, by the way, was always when I was on stage, because they noticed that that was my lane. I was good at being on stage. So they started encouraging me going that way. It was one good thing that they did. Other than that, fuck that. If you're from an ethnic background, you're so used to just like sitting at like, well, white people being like, I've got mummy issues. But yeah, so that was happening. So from a young age, what's happening there? I have linked in my head that approval comes from being in front of a camera or in front of an audience. Most importantly, in front of an audience. That has steered my entire life. What's yours? What's steering you now? Is it positive or negative? What's the thing that is driving most of your decisions? Can you write it down in a sentence? Put it in the comments right now. I want to know. I want to know. Tell me right now, what is driving you? Because this is something that we talk about. We're going to go into inside baseball here at the moment, but something that I talk about to the person that does my shorts and my producer. I don't even know if they want to get named publicly or not. And fair enough if they don't. But they're legends, both of them. They're fucking legends. Anyone that's part of this channel is a legend, as in my humble estimate. But they're always, because they understand two things about themselves. They understand that they are supposed to be contributing. That is just a natural factor of life. And they are supposed to be improving. And that is the height of human conditioning. The height of human conditioning is Tony Robbins said, and he's absolutely right about this, and he should be immortalized and have a state funeral when he dies purely because of it. He should have all the guns going beep, 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 purely because he understood that, okay, once that you have your needs met of I'm not hungry anymore, I've got shelter, all of that shit, what's driving the rest of your life? The rest of your life is spiritual fulfillment, i.e. contributing and growing. That's spiritual fulfillment. He's figured it out. Spiritual fulfillment is contributing and growing. What's this channel about? Growth. What's Friendly Geordies about? Contribution. You need to figure out your own little methods of that. Because if you don't have that, if you are getting motivated by the baser instincts, let's go through them again one more time. Certainty, uncertainty, significance, connection. Right? Connection, one of these attached love types that are like, can you please be my boyfriend? One of those people. Significance, one of those people that are like, I don't have time to be your boyfriend because I have to achieve, which is naturally my baser instinct, by the way. That's most guys' instinct. Most chicks' instinct is, can you please be my boyfriend? That's most guys. But, you know, it flips around. There are some girls that are like that and some other, you know, think Margaret Thatcher, think in terms of connection. Some guy that you know that's a house husband. Significance, certainty and uncertainty. Uncertainty, all those people in your life that are like, I don't give a shit that I live in a van, I'm surfing every day. That's them. And we all know one of them, right? And then the that's uncertainty. And then certainty is those people that hunker down, get a really safe job for the rest of their life. And as long as their expenditures meet with the income that's coming into their house, they're absolutely fine with that. All of those four are dead ends. Spiritual growth and contribution. That's where the real juice of life is. That's when you feel like you can tolerate anything. All those stories that you ever hear. Now, I know that people are always going to say this is very controversial when you say that Julian Assange likes his life. I know from looking at interviews of that guy, yeah, okay, he's going through absolute shit. That's true. But he knows in the core of his being, at the very end, he's done something that none of us will ever replicate. And that is that he has facilitated a website for whistleblowers across the world. So even if he's executed at this point, his conscience is clean. And you know why I can know that? Because I am, on a much, much, much lesser extent, somebody came up to me once and was just like, see that? You're up there with Julian Assange and Edward Snowden. No, I am fucking not. No, I am not. I'm nowhere near those guys. And a lot of that was to do with just a general collaborative movement of the staff as well. And it just went out of control. Like the same with those guys as well, by the way. It was just like, you know, the whole team going and they were just... It just went there, like naturally, because you all just started being like, oh yeah, and this, and then we can add this, and oh fuck, we've come up with a truth that's too hard to deal with, right? But the thing is, I know from personal experience, right? No, this is something that gives me great respite when I go to sleep at night now. You know how you're scared of death? I'm not. perfect time, drink time. But I'm really not. I'm not scared of death anymore. I used to be so scared of death until about age 0. How did I figure out consciousness of death? Maybe like 6, when you're like, oh my God, everyone dies. No. 6 to about 31. That entire time, I was scared of death. Then this shit started going out of hand. And then I realized I'm not scared of death anymore. Hang on a second, I need to get that buzzer. I'll be back. Sorry, one of my best buddies will be here. I'm keeping this in. I don't give a shit. I'm keeping it in. Fuck you. You can fast forward it if you want. Whatever. You can do whatever you like at this time. Imagine if this made it to air on television. And you know what's pathetic as well? Much, much worse things than this made it to air on television. But I want you to know this before I go, because I do need to go and fulfill a duty to a friend that I promised years ago that I didn't actually fill. Why is that? And I've noticed this with other people that I know as well. Like people that I looked up to in my youth, they have the same thing. They don't care about dying anymore. Ali, I'll be with you in a second. Sorry, man. They don't care about dying anymore. Why is that? Because they've done their fill. Paul Keating is always given all of these options from barristers, very smart people that always come up to him and they say, oh, I've got this great idea for public contribution. And then he has at the back of his mind this peace of mind of, no, fuck you. I did my contribution. I've done my public stint. I've done my contribution to society. I don't care anymore. Like, you can do it if you want. Because you have, as he said himself, you have this idea in your head that I need to contribute at some point. It comes to you at some point in your life. You better get it out of the way earlier. You better get it out of the way when you have the energy to do it. Like Paul Keating did. Because when he dies, he's going to be fine with it, because after a point, all of it becomes gravy. You just start contributing and then you think, I've done my piece. And then you feel at peace with your existence. That missing piece is why Tony Robbins deserves to be given a state funeral. Just that one piece. Just telling the world that contribution is the height of human experience. And after that, everything else after that is just like, I'm just in bonus time now. And there's a peace that comes with that. There is a peace that other people just don't feel when they know that all they are doing is leeching. So all I am saying now to you is think of a way to contribute, and the way that you can contribute is to sign up to Jordan Shanks. You can get 3 videos of me drunkenly rambling at this point, but now I need to go and fulfill another promise because I'm just always giving. I'm always giving. Now, but I just need to go and say hi to another friend of mine that I said that I would. Anyway, because he's here now. So, look, if you wanted 3 of those videos of just incoherent shit, you can sign up to Jordan Shanks, but other than that, I'm telling you, most of the time it is Pearls of Wisdom. I'll see you next time.